Yep, down to my shorts today, because it's going to be predicted 38. It's 34.5 at the moment as of 10 past 12. It's now about 12:37. Got my new commando style Crocs on, because we're going into bat, if not war, one last time for the fly trap. So the big kahuna, the full quahog. So yeah, out of the fridge we go. Get ourselves in the mood. Okay, right. Let's get the old tripodus ready. So it's going to be a slow one, fellas, because as I said, it's warming up. It's going to be 38 today. Didn't really want to do it on today, but it's the only day I've got the advantage of doing this. So we'll see how we go. It's probably good enough, I think. Maybe swap those around. I don't know if that's the better way around. Anyway, let's open up the thing and I think this is where you're going to be impressed from this one onwards. I think I've worked out that anything that grows that red organ is bad if it grows it really well, like the zinc oxide, the iron oxide, the manganese dioxide doesn't seem to get in the way of it, the titanium oxide, the perlite. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'm spot culling, so it should be. I got these eggs today. They're marked down, so you know, you can't really argue. It brings the full 10-litre bucket up to about $1 a litre, which you can't really argue with if it's going to work better than anything else. Grow your plants, big, quick, colourful, massive traps if we get to that, and it gets better over time, and also you can use it for many years. You know, it isn't just a seasonal thing. You don't have to keep going out and buying peat. You buy cheap eggs and you can make it up, sort of thing. And I'm assuming that 3 boxes or 3 12s of 36, 32 I think filled up a bottle. I can't remember if that was right. We were out. So that's what I've got, an extra box. Well, they actually had 7 boxes that were marked down, so I thought, well, you know, what the heck, you know, I might just need that extra box. I know last time we ran out, so here I think I need probably a container for the shells, I would think. So it doesn't have to be too fancy, fellas. Container, it can just be an old fly trap box, I think. So the idea is to, you know, do the usual thing. If we can do it. Oh, they don't seem to be as large as. Oh, jeez, I can't even break them. Maybe that's why. Oh, don't tell me they've hard boiled them by accident. That's why they're being. Oh, I can't even do it, fellas. There we go. That's starting it off. So we'll just, you know, hopefully. God, I've got to find a better way than this, fellas. You know, are we still in shot? Yeah, it's too far away from the actual thing I want to. I feel like I want to break it on there, but yeah, I've got to find some other. Yeah, maybe that's the way to do it. And we'll just see how we go. And then the idea is to put this into the sand and mix it, because the sand will just grind these up. You see, you don't have to worry about things like that. And then we'll add our universal surfactant. I've decided not to add any bells and whistles to this, because I've noticed. I don't know if you can. Yeah, I don't know if you can notice it. If we take the camera down. It's time to put out a new leaf here, sort of thing. So I'm thinking, well, that's not too bad. Baptism of fire and basically a week. That's the one without. But I've noticed, can you see the sorting out there? I'm saying, well, if it's sorting out, why put it in? it was just going to come out. You know, yeah, building up the old eggaroonies, eh? The shallow-oonies anyway. So as we can get this back to where we were, I think worse than having a good shot and then going and ruining it. So hopefully, that's one box of 12 is, yeah, that's one box. I don't think it's going to work, fellas. I think I'm going to have to go down and buy some more. Yeah, because they're small eggs, I think. Oh well, we'll see how we go. Come on, got it. Yep. So hopefully, I've noticed the other one that's the one I did earlier with only 4 eggs. It smelled like bad halitosis. Now it's starting to smell, getting a bit humusy sort of thing. Getting to, you know, what was the smell I'm trying to put my finger on? It's not as bad as it was, put it that way. So go from there sort of thing. Anyway, I may have to do just one and show you with 1 4-litre load of sand and go down and get some more or something, I don't know. So I'm just basically, so what I'm doing, I'm adding this as the eggs, and then I'm going to add the universal surfactant as the actual in the raw nascent state sort of thing. Because this is wet, you know, it's like, you know, it's already wetted up sort of thing. It's liquid sort of thing, that's what I'm saying. So I'm doing it that way around. So we're on to the 3rd box now. So I don't know. We're going to come across a really nasty smelling egg along the way and find out that's why it's been reduced. I don't know. So yeah, it's going to be more than 3 boxes, I reckon. So it's more than 36, but these are small eggs. You see, were we using medium-sized eggs last time? Oh god, this is a really small one, fellas. Yeah, well, beggars can't be choosers when the price is that low. So might end up using all my boxes, or most of my boxes, just for this one 240-litre milk bottle load. So we'll see how we go. But you got to do it. That's what science is all about. When you got a theory, hypothesis, you got to put it to the test. That's the important bit. You don't put it to the test, you know, you're not really a scientist. You don't go through with what the science is telling you. As I said, it looks like everything's in the wrong end of my books, and the fact that everything that promotes the organism in the bottles seems to not grow the plants well in the pots sort of thing. So I'm getting the impression of what's going on. You set up a soil that is really opposing the organism, and then the plant is really saying to the organism, you come inside me and you can do well and survive, but you've got to work for me. You got to do my bidding sort of thing. So all this nonsense about, you know, 50-50 peat and perlite may work initially, but as I said, once the after 10 weeks and the perlite becomes fully saturated, then I think it shifts around to actually promote. We know the organism can grow in the perlite and grows in there really well, and once that happens, that's when your plants go downhill. So well, that's 4 boxes, fellas. 4 boxes, so it's going to be 5 boxes of small eggs, I reckon. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm on to my 5th box now. He's probably Gideon's counting every slam and crack, as he probably is interested in doing. I got the full long video tonight. I've got at least 30 minutes on this clip, so you can actually see the. So it looks like it's going to be maybe 4.5 boxes, fellas. I don't know, of small eggs. Okay, yeah. There we go. Right, there we go. One more, I think. To be precise. Yep, there we go. There we go, fellas. Right to the brim, sort of thing, with 3 less than 5 boxes, sort of thing. There we go, 3 less than 5 boxes. So I've got to go down for another 2-3 boxes, I think. So anyway, let's go on to the next section. We can prove our point. Putting stuff to one side. And we think there's some sand I put out about an hour ago, and it's all drying out already. So you can see our bottle there. I don't know if you can see that, but our bottle there is. Make sure I'm in the shot because I've probably only got one shot of this one. Yeah, there we go. There's our bottle. And the eggs are, the yolks are floating to the surface. Yeah, how about that? So the eggs are floating to the surface, sort of thing, and the album is going down the bottom. But that shouldn't matter because we're gonna pour it in now. So we're just gonna pour the eggs in and mix them up. So this is 2.4 litres of eggs, and yeah, Gideon probably got a kick out of that. I'm sure he does. And I'm sure they have a lot of eggs in there. In these chicken flu countries, apparently they're going to have some trying to get back to their government of the 1980s, I think. So yeah, it's going to could get quite interesting in Malaysia. Don't know. He could be going to WA quicker than we think, or could go the other way. He never gets to visit WA in his whole entire lifetime, sort of thing. So hopefully it will go the right way. Otherwise it would just be, CPs by correspondence, sort of thing, which I think is what it's been up to so far. So, yeah. I think we're getting there. Yeah, it's starting to play along. So, yeah. Right. Yeah, and the eggs seem to be certainly being ground up by the sand once they've broken, sort of thing. So that seems to be working too. So that's good. And it's getting that sort of silky, sort of smooth feel to it. So that's something. So basically, we're trying to make cheap but better peat, sort of thing. So. Okay, well that seems to be much of the egg moved into the sand and ground up by the sand as best we can in short demonstration. Now I'm just going to wipe my hands with my little knife, sort of thing, and everything's out right. Oh, yes you do. Let's just wipe this off. Don't mind the colour so far. Almost looks like a sort of, I don't know, a low mustardy sort of look, sort of thing. You see it almost not quite in that James Bond one. What is it? The only diamonds are forever, isn't it? With the mud bath or something near the beginning, or somewhere in the thing. Anyway, that's the first stage. Now, the next stage is to add a half-hour bag of this to this one, because if we can do it, we can actually proportionate the bag roughly by, if I put my hand there, get it down to about there. There we go, half the bag in there. Then we mix that in, sort of thing. That's our universal surfactant. And that should act somewhat as a preservative, sort of thing. So we'll see how we go from there. And I get the impression the organism really doesn't like the universal surfactant. And CPs being glycophytes, you can see how they could actually control the organism. So
So are the glycophytes actually making their own sugars, or are they bringing them up from the soil? Are they what we think are salt glands on the leaf? Are they really salt glands, or are they sugar glands to get rid of the sugar? And say, if you come and live inside me and help me, I will excrete the sugars and the salts or whatever, so you can grow. I'll give you a nice little housing place or leaf base in my body, sort of thing. In my leaf bases, in my fat and roots, my red roots, my fat and red leaf bases, blah blah blah. Maybe red and mid ribs and things like that. If you do work for me, you don't do work for me, I don't excrete the sugars and the salt, and you do really poorly or you die out. I don't know, you've got to, it's sort of like, you've got a choice. Yeah, right, I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know how. As a, first you've got to really get it working. You've got to have a platform, a good, firm, strong, firm foundation, so you get it working, get them growing, and then you can work backwards to why it works. And up to now we can't even grow the plants as well as they grow in the wild. You get people go to WA and they jaws just drop. They think, what? They grow this well out here. What the heck is going on in this so-called gutless sand? What is going on? So anyway, looks like I'm going to have to shoot down the shops. Yeah, yeah, that's for the that's for the that's just for the 2.4 litres. I've got to do that again. The other one. Okay, we'll see how we go. Over and out for this clip, I think. How much time we got? Oh, we've done about 8 minutes on this. That's not too bad. No, 18 minutes. So okay, over and out for this one. See ya. Oh, I'm getting lightheaded.